Welcome back, guys. So right now, let's start designing the brand guideline. So from the very onset, you remembered we are going to start from the very first page, and this first page would have everything a logo should have. So we're going to say these are brand guideline, and yes, we're going to have the logo itself. So let me just do something. Let me delete the parts I don't need. So I don't need all these parts. I'll have them deleted. Yes, I just have those deleted, and yeah, this will be the brand guidelines. So I'm going to just make this smaller. Yes, given the type of brand I run, so I'm going to make that smaller, and here we're going to have the major logo coming. So let me bring in some of the logo materials we've exported. So here we have this, and I'm going to come to Amazon logo right here. This is the main logo right here. So all I have to do is to bring that in. So I'm going to bring that into this. I'm going to come to my major guideline, and I'm going to bring that in. So this is what I was looking for. So I'm going to bring that into this. Yes. So I'm going to come to the major brand guideline, and that is the color I brought in. But there's a white color. So let me bring in the white color. So the white color, which is this, I'm going to bring this in as well. So yes, this will be coming in. So here we have it. So this is the Amazon logo. So this will be the brand guideline. So let me just come this way and bring something like this way. Then this would come this way. So let's have this. So let's say this will come this way. So you could always reduce the stays of this. So yeah, you could always resize it. That's one essence of logo. So it should be resizable. Whether you make it smaller or you make it bigger, it should be resizable. That's one feature of a logo. So make sure your logo is resizable. Look at it. To the smallest size, it's still there. To the largest, it's still here. So you could see from here. So here we have this. So I could just make it bigger. So yes, I have the Amazon. So we have the Amazon project. So I'm going to say Amazon guideline. So we're going to say Amazon brand guideline. That's what it's going to be. So yes, it's going to be this, and I'm going to have something like this. So yes, so we are good to go. So we could have something like this. Let me just make it smaller so it makes more sense. And this would come right here. Let me make this a little bit smaller as well. So this could be like a 64, and here we are. Yes, so this could come up a bit. Yes, so we have the Amazon brand guideline right here. So let's just leave this at this. Yes, so let me just make sure these are the middle, and let me make sure this falls to the middle as well. So let me make sure this is in the middle as well. So we have this. So this will be the Amazon guideline. So we're going to come right here, and the first thing we are seeing right here. So let me come to my imagery. Yes, let me come to my imagery, which is very important. So let me bring that in. So let me come to my imagery right here, and let's see the major color we want to use. That's the brand color. So we're going to change this all across. So let me come right here. Let me change this all across. So it's going to be change. I mean change all across. Yes, that's perfect. And I could delete this. So yes, I just changed the whole thing to the brand guideline, and here we are. So the first thing we are seeing here is what are brand guidelines here. So I'm going to just delete that, and I'm going to bring in what should be there. So this should be there. Yes, this should be there. So I'm going to bring this in. So you could add some effects to whatever you're doing. What did I mean by effects? I meant you could make some of this logo transparent. So I could just bring in something like this, and something like this could be stamped here. So it could be stamped somewhere here. And what it means is I want to make it transparent. So I'm going to come to transparency, and I'll make it transparent right here. So we're going to have something like this, and here we are. So we have something like this. So here we have what are brand guidelines. So it is well defined right here. So let's see. So brand guidelines provide the established official policies and standards for the school visual identity. It's okay. So I'm going to come to ChatGPT. Let me say brand guidelines ensure. Yes. So I would say what are brand guidelines. So I'm going to come here to ask a very simple question. So I'm going to say, okay, this will be what are brand guidelines. So this is just to define it for someone that does not know anything about all this. So it's going to be standardized. So I'll say what are brand guidelines. So it's going to define what brand guidelines are. And okay, in relations to, so let's see what brand guidelines are. So I want it short. I want it I want it short. So I want it short, and let me just upload this. I want it short in relations to this. So I want it short in relations to this brand. Okay, so I want it short in relations to this brand. So let's see what is going to be. So this is brand guideline. So I want you to define. I want you. I want you to define what a brand guideline is. I want you to define what a brand guideline is for a layman. Yes. So I'm going to ask for that. So for a layman, let's see what a brand guideline is. So a brand guideline is like a notebook that helps a company keep its looks, feel, and message consistent everywhere. Think of it like a recipe for a brand. Yes, this is what I want to use. So I want to use something like this. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to come back here. Then I'm going to paste this. Yes, so we have that pasted. So I could make this go as much as this. So let me see what we have right now. So let me just delete that. So let me delete what I did earlier on. So here we have something like this, and this is it. A brand guideline is like a note, a rule book. Okay, so let me just come back here. Let me come back to what we have earlier on. So think of it as a recipe, just like a chef follows. Okay, just as yes, a company follows a brand guideline. Yes, to make sure its logo, colors, font, and tone of voice always match. No matter where you see, yes, let's see. No matter where you see its website, it ensures that the brand. Okay, so let's have something like this, and I'm going to stop right there. Yes, perfect. And coming back here, I'm going to bring this somewhere here and this somewhere here, and I'm going to make this somewhere somewhat like this. Yes, and this should be somewhere here. So we have something like this, and which is looking perfect to me. So we have a brand guideline is just like a look that helps a company keeps its look, feel, and message consistent everywhere. Think of it, yes, think of it like a recipe for a brand, just like this. Just like a chef follows specific steps to make sure a dish tastes the same every time, a company follows brand guidelines to make sure its logo, colors, font, and tone of voice always match, no matter where you see them, website, social media ads, packaging. Yes. So yes, make sure this comes this way. Let's make it bigger. So let's make this one smaller. Yes, we're going to have something like this around here. So we have something like this, and it's looking great so far. So we have this as well. So that would be the brand guideline. What are brand guidelines? So it has been well defined right there. So we could just come to the next thing, and the next thing says logo. What are logos? So a logo is the visual representation of your school. So yes, what are logos? So let's ask ChatGPT. So we're going to say, what are logos? So we're going to have that as well. So what are logos? So you see what logos are, a unique symbol and all that, all that. So basically that's what it does. So I'm going to just say, what are logos? Let's copy this and let's bring that to this. Let's bring that to this. So I'm going to just paste this, what are logos, and here I have it. So I'm going to just delete this. So let's have something like this. Let's see what this looks like. So just like you defining the whole brand guideline to your clients. Yes, so that's what it means. So I'm going to have something like this. I'm going to bring this down a bit. Yes, types of logos and this a bit. Yes, so we have something like this, which is perfect to me. Yes, so we have something like this right here, and it looks perfect so far. So good. Yes, so we have this, and we have types of logos. Yes, we have this, and everything about this just looks okay. So this is 25. Would this be 25 as well? Yes, I want it to be consistent throughout. So this should be 25 as well if that is 25. So this should be 25 as well. So yes, there we are. So we have this to be 25, and this could literally come up a bit. Yes. So yes, here we are. So we have this to be 25 and this to be 25, which is looking perfect to me. Yes, so we are good to go. So the next document will be logo application and all that. So yes, let's come back here to our brand guideline. So yes, from the brand guideline, we're going to have the brand introduction. So coming back here, like I said, we're going to use them both. We're going to use these both. So I'm going to change the color of this as well. The primary color of this, I'm going to change it as well. So I'm going to come to my upload. I'm going to bring in something like this just to have that change. So I'm going to come right here and I'm going to bring in something like this. So I'm going to change all. Yeah, perfect. So we just have that change and here we are. So I'm going to come like this and we have all these, which is not so needed, so I could just leave that out. And here we are. So we have something like this as well. So I'm going to just come to the main, which is brand introduction. So I want to make sure the brand introduction is intact. So right here I'm going to just leave it at this. I'm going to change the color to the primary color, of course. So yes, so we have that. And what I want to do now is to copy all this. So how do I copy this? So I'm just going to come right here and I'm going to say copy page style. Yes, so I'm going to copy this page style. So I've copied that and I'll come right here. So let me come right here to create that in between this. So this will be the first thing. I'm going to create it in between here. Then I'm going to paste this. Oh, Ctrl Z. So I'm going to see, let me see if I can paste that style. Oh, sorry. Coming back here, let me do that again. So I'm going to say copy page style. I'm going to say copy page style. Yes, copy page style. And here I'm going to try to paste that. So let's see. Wow, we can't do that, but there is a way we can go about it. I would make sure this happens. So what do I do? What do I do? I'm going to try to, okay, I'm going to try to copy each element carefully. So this will be a white color. So let's come here. Let's make it a white color. Yes, that will be a white color. So this will be copy. So let me copy that. Yes, let me come here and see. So I'll paste that. Yes, so that's how to go about it. So I'm going to copy each element one by one. So I'm going to copy this as well. Yes, and I'm going to come paste it here. And perfect, it's working regularly. So yes, we have that. So we have something like this. And I'm going to come right here to copy this. Yes, so I'm going to come right here to copy this. Yes, copy this and copy this, copy this, copy this, copy this. So I'm going to copy it right here. I'm going to copy all this and I'm going to come right here to paste them. So let me have them pasted and see if that works. Oh wow. So I'm going to have it copied again. Copy, 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 copy. Then I'm going to say copy. Then I'm going to come right here to paste it. And then I'll paste. Yes, perfect. So I just did this and yes, so we are going to make it match with what we have right here so we could have a consistent. So I'm going to just copy something like this. This is more like a, so I'm going to copy something like this. Let's have this grouped. So I'm going to have this grouped right now. Let me just see how I can group just these two. So I'm going to have that grouped. So let's say group. Let me have this grouped and I'm going to copy it right now. So I'm going to copy it right now and I'm going to have it pasted here. So let me have it pasted here and there we are. So it covers what we have before and we are good to go. So yes, here we are. So I'm going to change this to the normal white color and everything looks perfect right now. So we have something like this. Yeah, we're going to have the brand introduction and every other thing, but I could just make this go this way. So we have, okay, Ctrl Z. Yes, Ctrl Z. And I'm going to just have it unlocked. So let's say on groups, let me have that on groups. And yes, we can make sure everything looks perfect without feeling weird about the whole thing. So here we are. So we have this and this could go up a bit. Yes. that could go up a bit just to have something different. So let's see how that goes. And this could come this way. So yes, perfect. So we have something like this, and I'm loving the look already. Okay, so let me just create something. Let me create a new variation. So right here we have the fonts. Remember, we have the fonts which has this Node 62. So that will be what this will be. So this will be Node 62. So let's use the ritual node. So it's Node, and it will be 62. It's going to be 62. Okay, sorry, it's going to be 62 just to have a consistent Control Z. So I'm going back to where I was coming from. So I'm going to make sure this is 62. 62, yes. So that will be 62, not 62. So it's going to be the brand introduction. Yes. So I'm going to bring that up. I'm going to bring it forward. So I'll come to layer, and yes, I'm going to say it should come forward. So bring forward. Yes, we have this, and this could come somewhere here. Then we could make sure this goes somewhere. Okay, so we could make sure this goes somewhere here. Okay, so let me have something like this. Yes, let me have something like that, and Control D. Let me have that somewhere here. Yes, let me have this somewhere here. So I'm going to just make sure this goes backward a bit. So let me send to the back. I'm going to send this to the back. So send to the back, or Control Z. So it's going to be send backward, not send to the back. So I'm going to say send backward. Yes, that's perfect. And let's make sure it aligns properly. But before we proceed, let's just continue with what we want to achieve here. So this is the brand guideline, and this will be not 25 as well. So let me make sure this is not 25. Perfect. So the brand introduction. So let me say, let me use ChatGPT to do that. The brand introduction. So give me the brand introduction. Yes, the page provides an overview of our brand. We are committed to delivering. So let's have a brand introduction right here. So I'll come back to ChatGPT. I would say, give me the brand introduction. Yes, give me the brand introduction. So let's see what we have. So we're going to have, okay. So let me see right now. So let me go to this place. Let me go to the main concept. Let me come back here, and let me see what we have. So craft a brand introduction for me. Craft a brand introduction for me using the concept from the concept notes. Yes. So let's see the brand introduction. Let's see what it looks like, and we are going to use that for our design. So it says Amazon. Yes, perfect. So this is it right here. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to come right here to paste that. So yes, so this is it. This is Amazon is an innovative e-commerce platform. Yes, so we have the brand introduction right here, which is not looking bad so far. So this is not 25 as usual. So we are going, so we keep going this way. So we have that, and here we are. So we have something like this. Amazon is an innovative e-commerce. Yeah, perfect. So right now I was saying something about the mission and vision. So we could always make sure everything stays intact. So this is the vision, and yes, we're going to make sure this is node as well. So this is node, and this is 25 as well. So this is 25, and my color, so my color will be right here, and everything looks okay from here. So let's see the brand color. This will change to this, yes, and this will change to this, which is perfect. So I'm going to just come right here. I'm going to come right here. Yes, and yes, I'm going to come right here. So this will be 25 as well. So let me change all that. So this will be 25. So this will say, let me change this. It's going to be node, and it's going to be, okay. So let me say it's going to be 25 node. So I'm going to change all right here. So it has changed that. So that is not 25, not 25. So right here, we're going to change that as well. It's going to be node, and it's going to be 25. So let's make sure everything is consistent. 25. yes, and that means this would come down a bit. That's what it means. So I'm going to bring this down a bit. So let me just do that. So let's bring this down a bit. So this comes down a bit this way. Let me just make sure that it's intact. And here we have the brand introduction. So let's make sure it's somewhere here. And the vision. So let me copy the vision from here. So the vision says to become the leading e-commerce platform that simplifies online trade. So I'm going to copy that and I'm going to come paste it here. Yes, so the vision here is perfect that way. And here I'm going to change this to node as well. So this will be changed to node and this will be 25. This will be 25 as well. So yes, Control Z. So Control Z, it brings it back and let's see. So this will be 25. Yes, and there we are. So what is the mission? So let me copy the mission. So Amazon is committed to transforming. That will be the mission. So let's see what the mission will be about. So coming back here, so let me just make sure the mission is intact. So we have this as the mission, and yeah, so I could just do away with this so that everything comes right there. So I could do away with that right there, and this would come up. So we needed more space here. So so it's all about designing and be creative about it. So I'm going to do something like this, and yeah, I'm going to do something like this, and yeah, okay, and yes, I'm going to do something like this. Then I'll go up, up. So let's take it up to where the brand introduction is. So I'm going to take it up, up, up. So yeah, this is perfect. So we're going to have it somewhere here, which is perfect to me. So yes, we are good to go. So here is mission and the mission is right here. Then the vision is right here. So this as this. So let's bring this somewhere here. Yes, and we can bring in something like this. Yes, to function around here. So something like the watermark. Yes, is going to be around here. So I can resize this. Sorry, Control Z. I can resize this, yes, resize this, and resize this. So we have this. So we are good to go. So here we are. And this is the brand introduction. This is what it looks like. So we're going to have this somewhere here. I'm going to just have it as a logo right there. And I'm going to say this, and here we are. So this is the brand introduction, and here we go. So we have something like this for the brand introduction, and let me see how that is going to blend with this. Yes, so we are good to go for the brand introduction, and the mission is right here, so we can proceed. So the next thing we are going to have from the analysis, from what we add here, so we have the brand introduction, of course, we have the brand introduction and the mission. So the next thing is the logo conceptualization, of course, but let's see what we have right here. Do we have another thing? So I could just have this page deleted since I've copied every other part of it. That makes more sense to me, so I could delete that. And here's the brand introduction here. We've done this as well. So I'm going to delete this, and the next thing is the logo. Yes, we're talking about the logo, and coming back here, so we have a definition right here which carries the definition of a logo and all that. So I'm going to have this deleted and bring in the proper tag, which is this. I'm going to bring this in easily. So we're going to have this somewhere here. Of course, we're going to have it somewhere here. So there we are. So we have it somewhere there, and that's the logo, and the logo has its definition and all that. So let me just make sure this comes to the center and it stays in the middle of things. So yeah, here we are. So we are good to go as well. So this is the logo, and the next thing will be the logo, actually what the logo would look like. And from here, let's see if we have any representation of that. So we have what the logo is, and I love the way this is specified. So from the logo right here, we added a new color right now, and from here we have the logo design and everything. So since we have a primary color, we have a secondary color, so why don't we create something out of the ordinary? So that would be a complementary color. So let me just come right here. So I'll come to both logos. Yes, so we have to open both. I'll open this in a new tab, and I'll open this in a new tab, so we could add more to that. So I'll open this in a new tab as well, so we could add the new color. So I'll open this in a new tab. So right here we're going to have this, we're going to have the new color that we introduced. Remember, as I was designing, I introduced this color. I introduced this kind of color, which will be the secondary color. So let me just bring that in. So that will be the secondary color, and let's see how that goes. So this is the secondary color. Let's see this. Would this be better or this? I think the yellow would be well suited, except I want to go for something like this. So let's see something like this. Let me see something like this, and let me try to use it somewhere here and see how that goes. Let's see how that blends with the brand. So I'm going to just try to use it somewhere here, and let's see. Okay, that is not looking bad. That is not looking bad. So let's see. Okay, it's not looking bad at all. I think that is perfect. I think this is perfect. This is perfect for a complementary color. Yeah, that's what I think is perfect. So I'm going to use that as the complementary color. So let's do that right now. So we're going to create something for that. So let me just create the logo version for that. So we're going to have another version right here. Okay, let me just delete that. I'm going to have another version. I'm going to use this to create the other version. So this will be the main version. That's what it means. This will be the main version, and this will be the second version. Then there will be a third version right here. So there will be a third version, but we have to duplicate the page. So I'm going to duplicate one of these pages. So let me duplicate this. I'm going to duplicate this right here. So duplicate page. Yes, we have this, and the color code will be changed, of course. So let's change the color code right there. So that will be that. That's the third color palette. So every other thing will be changed from this to the ultra green. Yes, so I'm going to change all. Okay, Control Z, not change all. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to change this as well. I'm going to change this, and I'm going to change this to something like this. Then I'm going to change this color as well. I'm going to change this. So we have the variation right there. That's the variation right there, which is looking okay to me. So this is the variation, and it's perfect. So we just did that, and coming back here as well, we're going to duplicate this. We're going to duplicate this as well. So let's have this duplicated. Then we're going to come right after here. So yes, we're going to come right after here. So we're going to change all this right now. So let me change this. So let me say the color. Let's change the color. This will be it. Yes, and every other thing will be changed from here. So let's change this to the green we've always wanted, and I'm going to change this to something like this. So let me change this as well to this. Yes, perfect. And we can always duplicate this. So let me duplicate that, and that has been duplicated. Then I'll duplicate this. So here we're going to have this deleted. Yes, we're going to have that deleted. Yes, and this we're going to have here, we're going to have this deleted. So we have all the variations right there. Perfect. So that's perfect to me. So we have all the variations, which is good so far. So coming back here, we have the variations, we have the variations. So coming back here, let's continue with our design. So now we have our logo, and let's deal with the variations. So let me rename all this. So this will be the logo, the full logo caption. So it's going to be the Amazon full logo. But before we proceed, there's something we need to know how to place this, how to place all this logo. How will it be placed? Should it be placed beneath, or should it be placed as a tagline? So let me just have these in variations. So let me just have these in variations as well. So I'm going to just duplicate this page. Yes, and having to duplicate this page, all I have to do is to remove this, and the Amazon could come somewhere here. So let's say this is perfect. Control Z. Okay, sorry, Control Z. Yes, and let me have something like this. So I'm going to have this grouped. Sorry, yes, and this will be coming right here. So we're going to have something like this. And the Amazon, how do you want it to be placed? So it depends. How do you want it to be placed? Yeah. and I think we have something like this. So this is what it's going to be like. This is what it's going to be like. And let's see. Okay, let's see how perfect that will be. Okay, so we have this, and we have something like this. So it will be placed this way when there's no tagline. Yes, when there's no tagline, it will be placed this way. When there's tagline, it will be placed this way. That's what it means. So that's the variation. So we're going to just make sure everything is intact. So it's going to be grouped, and let's have it in the middle. So that is it. So that's the variation. It's going to have these two variations. That's what it literally means. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to come back to this and start using something like this. So let me use all these elements. So let me copy this. I want to copy this and copy this, then copy this, then copy this, then copy this. So I want to copy all that. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy it right here, and I'm going to have it right here. So this will be the logo application. So let's remove all this for now. So let's remove all these. So let me just remove all this for now. So let me just have all these removed. These are technicalities. I'm going to have all those removed. I'm going to paste the new one I wanted. I'm going to paste it right here. And having to paste it right here, what I have to do is to make sure it's balanced with what I want. So yes, I have something like, okay, okay, let's have it the right way. So let me control Z all this. Let me control Z first, and let me delete all this out. Let me delete all this. Yes, let me delete all that, and we have all this deleted. So I'm going to paste that. So here we are. So we have our logo. So we're going to have our logo right here, and this will be changed to node. Of course, it will change to node, and this should be somewhat 62. Yes, this should be around 62, as we've always had it. So it's going to be our logo. Yes, so we can have it somewhere here. Yes, yeah. So this will be our logo. So this will be our logo, and here it is, and it's going to have our logo is a visual representation of our brand identity and should be used in accordance with established guidelines. This includes the proper use of color, scale, and white space around it. Yeah, so we are good to go. So we have different backgrounds. Of course, we have different backgrounds. So here we're going to have this. We have the green, we have the white, and we have this particular color. So this will be established. This color will be established here. So let me change that to this. Yes, and this should be changed to somewhat, let's say, what should it be changed to? Let's change to what that was. Let's change to something like this. Yeah, so we're going to have something like this, and yeah, we are good to go. We are good to go to implement this. So we're going to have something like this, our logo, and we're going to bring in the black version. So let me bring in the black version from here. So we have the black version, yes, which is this. So I'm going to upload this right now. So that will be the black version, and I'm going to just put it right here. So we're going to have the black version right here, and let's see how this goes. So this would have node. Yes, this will have node, and this will be 25. Perfect. And yes, this logo should be shorter right now. So let's make it smaller so it fits into here. So yes, here we are. So we have this. Good. Yes, we have that, and we can change this to black as well. So let's change this to black, and let's change this to black as well. So this will be changed to black as well. So we have all this right here. So it's going to be a black and white kind of parade. So we're going to have something like this, and I'm going to make it, yes, I'm going to shrink it that way. So here we are. So we've created that, and now we can input the logo. So we can input the logo, and from here I'll start with with the major variation, which is something like this. So let me start with the major variation, which has this. So this will be the first thing I start with. So I'm going to just make sure I have all this copied all together. Okay, so I'm going to make sure all these are copied. So yes, I'm going to make sure this is copied, this is copied. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to come back here to paste it. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to come back to the main design to paste it. So I'm going to paste it somewhere here. And yes, here we have it pasted, and all I have to do is to make it smaller so it could fit into what I'm trying to design right here. So I'm going to bring it somewhere here. So it's going to come somewhere in between. Control Z. Okay, so it's going to come somewhere here. So let me bring it somewhere here, and let's see how that fits in. So here it is. Perfect. So here it is. So it's going to be right there. Amazon making you rich. Yes. And the different applications, for instance, I was saying something about we changing the major application. So we have something like this right now. So we have something like this, and this will be copied as well. So I'm going to copy this right now. So we're going to have the different variation, and I'm going to paste it right here. So let me paste this, and I'll make this smaller right now. So I'm going to make it smaller, and it comes here. So we have this. So this will be the variation. Yes. And this same would be here. Control D. So this same will be here, and we have it perfect. So you can always rename the logo. So we have the primary color, we have the secondary color, something like that. So we have the primary color. So we're going to have a little bit of distinction right here. So I'm going to just have a little bit of tag. So I'm going to give this a bolded color. So this will have the logo with tagline. Yes, that will be the variation of that. So there will be logo with tagline. Control Z. So this will be logo with tagline. So let's have this like this, and let's Control D that. So let's put this right now. So this will be the logo with the tagline. So I'm going to make sure this is white. Yes. So it's going to have this little variation which says logo with tagline. So it's going to have this tag. Yes, let's make it 25 actually. So it's going to be 25. Yes. So it's going to have logo with tagline, and let's bring it somewhere here. So it's going to be at the edge of this. So let's say logo with tagline. Perfect. So this will be the logo with the tagline. I could just make it smaller, so just have that small distinctive. So I could make this like a 16. Yes. So we could make it like a 16. So it's going to have it somewhere here. I'm going to have it somewhere here, and yes, we are good to go. This will be the actual color right here. So I'm going to change that. Yes. So this will be logo without tagline. Yes. Official logo without a tag line. Yes. So this will be the official logo without a tagline. Perfect. Yes. And the next thing will be Control D. So I'm going to Control D that, and this will be, yes, this will be secondary logo. So this will be secondary logo without a tagline as well. So we're going to have this. So we're going to have the secondary logo without a tagline. So everything has been stated here. We are good to go. So left to me, I will duplicate this because we still have more variations. We have the black and white. So there will be a black and white version of this logo. There will be different variations right here. Next, I'm going to duplicate this page, and having to duplicate it, all I want to do now is to make sure everything is changed right now. So we're going to have the black and white variation, or we could just leave it, but we're going to have that. But I'm going to continue in the next lesson with that. I hope to see you in the next lesson. See you there.